Afrobeat Live, Afrobeat Live, Afrobeat Live.
Sort of hot seat, the inside of African entertainment. I go by the name MC Wallywa. To my right is none other than my partner in crime,
yes,
the one and only chief planner. Everybody please a round of applause for Miss Fadeke, Ashiru-Balogun.
Yay. Thank you.
Madam, how you doing now?
I'm good. How you doing?
How you been? How's everything?
I'm doing very well. How you doing?
It's been 2 days, 2 weeks. When?
I know. I've missed you. Did you miss me?
I miss you now.
Okay,
Every
that's
time I
good.
say what's up, she will say what's up back.
I do now.
That's what's up. Now to my left is none other than the one and only, the man disturbing DMV.
Yes.
Everybody know him as the undisputed, the one
best.
and only party man, DJ Phemstar.
The best.
Baba, what's in the apple now? No Shelly.
What up?
How you doing?
Now today we're back with another Afrobeat special edition. You know how we do. Each and every episode we bring one special guest. I know I always say special, but the guy we're bringing today, ladies and gentlemen, special is just the little word for him.
Mm-hmm.
See, this brother right here, he started his career in New York City, hustled his way down the last giddy. He did it so well they crowned him the king of Lagos party.
Right.
He discovered one of Africa's most proudest, one of Africa's baddest. You know who the guy be. Sometimes the guy will just say Yaga. You know who they talk at. He's the chairman of EMEZ. It's very easy for him to do it easy. He's none other than the one and only, the Mr. Capable. Everybody please give it up for Banky W.
Yay.
Oh boy, listen,
Welcome.
when I dey
welcome.
perform for show, now you go come introduce me.
That's right.
Make I begin to charge them. Maybe I'll add 500k on top. Correct introduction.
That's
Hello.
right.
What's up, people? What's popping?
Welcome
How
to
you
the
doing?
studio.
Welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
How's
Thank you.
everything going?
Fantastic.
It's
Appreciate
good to
it.
have you here.
I'm happy to be here. You got some Ciroc for me. There's food.
We have to do it right for you.
I mean, come on, man. I might just move in. I'm good,
you.
man. This
we
is
have
great.
to do it right.
Well, welcome to the studio, Banky.
Thank you, sir.
It took us a long time to try to get you here. Don't be small thing.
Don't say that.
Your protocol
I'm not that hard to get.
Your own
please.
is on a different
I'm very,
level.
very easy.
White House has nothing on you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, we'll leave that.
You people just like to wash. No problem. We are
Well,
here.
first and foremost, I want to say congratulations on the One Africa success.
Oh, thank you very much.
It was a big event. I was there.
sir.
The entire ABL, we took ourselves down to New York City.
Nice,
to
nice.
show that Africa support anything that has to do with Afrobeat. We always make sure we want to big it up.
No doubt.
Now, let me ask you this. From your own, how was the experience for you?
Oh man, One Africa was amazing. I think for me it was even probably meant a little bit more for me because, as you said in the intro, I actually started as an African musician in New York City.
Okay.
And that's where my career really started from. So I know when the African shows that we used to do here were in some chorus in Brooklyn or some random tiny club in Adams Morgan that they just give us 2 hours to do it and get out. Like, so I know where we're coming from. I mean, and I was part of the scene over here. So for us to do something as big as that One Africa show at the Barclays Center, it's
Almost
like
20,000 people.
oh
in
my
one
That
room.
gosh,
that
man,
was
it was
major.
amazing. Like for me, it was almost emotional to see.
Was
You
that
know
one
what
of
I
the
mean?
biggest stage that you, or biggest event that
No,
you
I mean
hosted?
we've done 15,000, 20,000 seater places. They have stadiums all over Africa. But
Yes.
the point being,
In America.
African music in America,
Yes.
is moving at such a tremendous pace. And when I was here and we started this kind of grind of African music, I know where we're coming from. So it was just, it was amazing to see.
We've definitely
really.
come a long way.
Yeah, and I feel very privileged to be
be a
kind
part
of
of
part
it.
of the team that's at the forefront of what we're doing
Now,
now.
let me ask you this. I heard you and the organizer, Polo, are almost best friend or good friends.
Polo is my guy.
What's the relationship between you guys?
Honestly, Polo is just a hell of a businessman. And he's somebody that I look up to in terms of just the moves that he makes and the business decisions that he makes and just the things that he's been able to achieve as a businessman. So I like to associate myself with people like that. I like to learn from
People
them.
that are moving.
Yes.
I like to learn from people. I like to, people that are doing things. Those are the kinds of people. They say that you're a product of the six
you hang
people
around.
or so that you spend a lot of time with.
Yeah.
So he may not be my closest friend in the world, but every opportunity that I get to learn from somebody like him, I definitely cherish it.
Okay, now let me ask you this. I want to go back to your early days.
Okay.
A lot of people look up to you. You're motivated. You know, I mean, you inspire a lot of people.
Thank God,
especially for the decision you made from New York back to Nigeria.
Right.
This is 2016. What year did you decide you wanted to go back to Nigeria?
The year that I actually moved back 2008 Valentine's Day.
Okay.
So that was when
Were you avoiding
exactly
somebody?
8 years ago?
You know, it's funny you should say that. No, I'm just kidding. But I think for maybe about a year before that, I was considering it. So I had started, you know, people that know where I started from. I went to school in New York, graduated. I was working and living in New York City.
Yeah.
And I was there for a couple of years, but I had been making music from like my second or third year in university. That's when I actually started EME. We started in my dorm room. So I had been, you know, kind of grinding in New York and coming to Maryland to perform. And, you know, any reunion, I was the number one. I think till date, I probably hold the record still of performing at the most reunions. The first NEA, I was the one that was there helping them arrange chair. But but at the time, I was aware of what was going on in Nigeria, and I kept feeling a pull. Like, man, I'm supposed to be part of that scene. Like, I'm not supposed to be an engineer living and just you know, paycheck and doing music on the side. Like, I really should be part of the scene in Nigeria. But I think 2007 November, December, my sister was getting married in Nigeria, so I took like a month off of work. I took a leave of absence to help out. Back? No, I did. I just to help out with the wedding. And then I was just kind of gauging the scene to see, okay, you know what, I haven't lived in Nigeria in a long time. Can I stomach it? Can I handle it? What's the scene like? And then after I did that and came back to America, Valentine's Day, a few days before, I quit my job and bought a one-way ticket.
Wow. Just like that.
I don't. Now it sounds like the most confident decision, but at the time,
it wasn't.
It was it was risky. My mom was fighting me. In fact, at one point she wouldn't even speak to me. She said, "You want to sing? You are in New York City, sing in New York." Because you know, also with at the end of the day, with parents, they just want you to be okay, right?
Yeah.
And my parents didn't live in Nigeria, so they're like, where are you going to? What are you going to go and do? Where are you going to stay? Who are you going to live with? How are you going to eat?
So who did you stay with when you went to Nigeria?
So my first year and a half or thereabout, I stayed with my manager, who's like my best friend's older brother.
Okay.
He had moved back and he's into like oil and gas and aviation. So he was into other things.
Okay.
So he was already there saying that, oh boy, they're playing your song on the radio.
Wow.
I heard them playing Kinikon today, and so he'd been there singing, and so we'd been talking, and I'd done one or two small interviews over the phone.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, you know what, I'm not married, I don't have no kids, like I'm graduated, I have a very good degree from a good school. So if there's ever a window for me to say, you know what, throw caution to the wind and risk it and just try, it's literally right now. Because it's not when you have kids to feed and all of that you be saying, no, I want to go and try some crazy stuff.
There was no attachment,
it was just like, you know what, this is the window to just give it a shot. And I remember at the time my mom couldn't understand it, but my dad, I was just like, you know what, I need a year and a half. And that's what I told my dad. I said, just give me your blessing. I've gotten a good degree.
Okay.
Just ignore me for a year and a half. I don't like being broke, so if it doesn't work out, I will come back and get another job or get a master's degree. But I just need to get it out of my system to say, okay, you know what, I tried to do this thing full time.
Yeah.
And if I try it and it doesn't work, I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with is not trying.
Congratulations on it. Because at the end of the day, it paid off.
Yes.
We drink to that.
Today, you're sitting here with Ciroc in front of you.
That.
Okay. Indeed, I am. Shout out to Ciroc. Shout out to Samsung and MTN too, just, in case they are tuned in. So they don't feel jealous.
So let me ask you, so you're an artist. Being an artist and a label
I see you guys got notes, man. I'm nervous, man. You got
we did our research on you.
We're coming for you today.
We have to come
boy.
prepared.
All right.
So being an artist and a label head, how do you manage that relationship?
Well, I don't think every artist can be a label head or a label executive, because you need a certain degree of. So the thing with artists is like, when you create art, there's a certain level of selfishness that comes inherent with what you do, because you're telling your story, things you've been through or things you've seen, and so you're very concerned with people understanding what your story is about. So as an artist, you're naturally selfish about what you do. But for you to be a businessman in music, you need a certain degree of unselfishness, which is why there are very few kind of successful label heads that are artists as well. So if you remove like the Jay-Z's and the Diddy's and maybe the Dr. Dre's of the world, you have people like Nas or R. Kelly who were just meant to be really great artists and phenomenal artists, but they just never really could do the label thing. For me, I look up to the people like the Jay-Z's and the Diddy's and the Eminems and the people who've been able to do their own art and say, you know what, let me, like Drake with OVO, like let me put a platform together to help other people get there. Because for me it was always, and that's why we call the EME, it was always about trying to build an empire, trying to do, you know, once I'm in the door, here's the platform, everybody else, it's a stepping stone, step here, do what you gotta do, and then I also plan to move on to other things myself. So
definitely,
it's been interesting, but I think we've tried so far.
You're doing good.
Thank God.
So on your Instagram, you describe yourself as Mr. Jack of all trades. I personally know you as a musician,
right,
a director,
right,
a businessman,
right.
Add mixologist to it.
Come on, man! I'm bartender today.
He hooked us up today.
I'm a bartender today. You guys didn't even pay me for my services.
It's all in.
But Banky, I think everybody watching you out there, from your fans to your friends, everybody want to know from you, what do you want to be known as?
That's a good question. Shout out to Phemstar on the ones and twos with the ad-lib. No, but you know, what do I want to be known as? I want to be known as somebody who left an impact. Somebody who changed the world that was accessible to him. Somebody who really just, whatever that is. So whether it's as an artist or a label executive or a storyteller through film and videos, or an actor or a philanthropist or an activist, I think one of my, not to get all spiritual, one of my favorite passages in the Bible is the story of the talents, right? So God gives somebody 10, God gives somebody 5, and God gives somebody 1. And the person with 10 talents takes what he was given and makes 10 more and brings that back. And the person with 5 makes 5 more. And the person with 1 talent just comes back with what he was given. And what that always said to me was that, okay, so yeah, I'm a musician, I can sing, I can rap, I can write. But at the end of the day, if that's all I do, then I've failed. Like I've let God down, I've let the talent that he's given me down. So for me, it was like, I want to take, this is given to me as a gift to create a platform. Now what I do with that, I have to do more. I have to do more than just get on stage and sing and release albums and be successful that way. I have to help other people be successful. I have to expand. I have to use the same creativity to write and direct music videos. I have to get into other business. I have to do more. I have to do more than just say, okay, I can sing and I can rap and that's all I do.
Do you ever feel like 24 hours is not enough in the day sometimes? There's so much you want to do?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for sure. But, you know, you just try to make the most of the time that you do have here.
What do you do on your free time?
I come to the Afrobeat studio and drink Ciroc.
Right. That's right.
Now, what do I do in my free time? I actually love going to the movies.
Yes.
Okay.
In Lagos, I tend to only go, like, you know, at like Tuesday at like 12 noon.
When
because
nobody will
when
be
there's
there,
nobody
right?
else in
Everybody's
the
at
mall.
work.
But yeah, I love going to the movies. I love sports. I'm a huge Arsenal fan. Any Arsenal fans in the building? Any?
Man, you.
Okay, the interview is over. I'm going. No, but I'm a huge sports fan. So I watch sports. I started a league in Lagos with like other artists and other people.
Really?
So we play basketball on Mondays, tennis on Wednesdays, and football on Saturdays.
Nice.
So I keep myself occupied, and then I love to travel. And luckily for me, my job means I travel a lot, so I get to go to different cities and explore different things. And I love traveling so much because a lot of places you go, you're not as known, so you get to just walk on the streets and discover things, you know. So, and I love to eat. I'm a huge foodie.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food used to be any variation of rice and chicken that was possible.
Okay.
But now my trainer says I can't be eating no more rice like that.
Okay.
So now we just, you know, I like grilled chicken kebabs. Actually, you know
Do
what?
you
Let me tell you.
cook?
I do. I cook, and I cook very well. I'm going to open a restaurant
Really?
That's next on my list. Well,
Okay.
it's one of the things
In
on my
Lagos
list.
or here?
You guys heard it here first.
Probably Lagos. Probably
Okay.
Lagos.
You guys heard it here first.
That's good.
Banky Restaurant coming very soon.
So what? Do you have a name
All the
picked out
capable
and all
women.
that
Oh,
stuff?
Chef W.
Chef W.
Chef W.
Okay, now.
But yeah, so now, and then the interesting thing, sidebar, but the interesting thing about my eating habits is I can't eat any meal that doesn't have meat in it.
Really?
Yes, so whatever it is, there needs to be, even if it's breakfast food,
There
it needs
has
to be
meat.
sausage or turkey, bacon.
Bacon,
There's got to be
something.
something that
Some
has,
type of meat.
So like now I don't eat cereal no more. Because you can't eat meat with cereal, right? So I had to get off the meat. It's no longer part of the diet. Like I'm heavy. My trainer says I gotta put some more vegetables in it, but yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you. I know you just wrapped up a movie with the beautiful Kemi Adetiba.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited
And
about that.
Yes, I saw a couple of pictures and clips
Mm-hmm.
here and there. How was that experience for you?
Oh, it was amazing. I've done cameos in like TV shows and a couple of movies, but this was like my first major role where I'm like one of the lead actors and
Yeah.
all of that. So it was definitely new.
Okay.
And luckily for me, I was literally surrounded by the greatest people, like the
In the
greatest
industry.
cast and crew
I saw that.
that you can. I mean, RMD played my dad.
I saw that.
Iretido played my mom. I mean, just there alone, you know what you're talking about when you talk about like icons of Nigerian acting and film.
Did you feel
Ali
any
Baba.
pressure to?
Oh, there was a lot of pressure.
Really?
Let me not even front. I mean, I was confident in my abilities, but when you're surrounded by that many great people and you're like the rookie, you're the new person,
Yeah.
you're constantly thinking like, okay, I need to be focused on this and put my best foot forward, because when the film comes out, if you messed up,
It will
people
show.
will tell you that it was good, but
It will.
they should have. But one of my favorite things about it was that they literally auditioned like 30-40 people for the role.
You had to audition.
I had to
A
audition.
whole Banky
But here's
team.
the thing. I wanted to audition because I didn't want them to give it to me
Based on who?
because it's Banky, just let him do
Yeah.
it. So, and in fact, the investors of the film, side stories, behind the scenes, didn't even want me to audition, because when Kemi told me about the role, I said, oh yeah, I'll come in and read for the part. But the other people were like, oh, he's a musician. He can't
can't do
act.
it.
It's just because you people know each other. Your friends have worked together before. So we actually had to almost struggle for the rights to audition.
Okay.
So when I auditioned and they liked it, it was like, okay, so let me earn my way into it. Don't just give it to me.
So should we be expecting more from you? as
Oh
far as
yeah,
acting?
like I'm, at the end of the day, I went to film school at one point a year and a half or so ago.
Here?
Here in New York.
Okay.
And so now I direct my own music videos and for other people, and I direct TV commercials, and I'm working my way into doing my own films, like writing and directing my own film scripts.
Okay.
But I don't want to be arrogant enough to say, oh, I can do it just now. So I want to be part of good film projects, star in them, just play like a kind of a co-producer role and work my way into doing my own films. But in the next, I'd say maybe a year, max maybe a year and a half, you'll see written and directed by
All
Banky
right.
W. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you are still with us, this is a Banky W Afrobeat Live special. DJ Phemstar, thank you for that good music. I'm sure Banky.
Thank you, sir.
Right here.
Phemstar on the ones and twos, killing
Now,
it.
I think let's turn up a little bit. Banky, rumor has it that you on Wizkid's next album.
We've discussed it.
Uh-huh.
He's supposed to be on mine, and I'm supposed to do some things for him. We have not gotten into the studio yet because at this point our schedules are so different.
Okay.
But we chopped it up when he came for the One Africa Music Fest, so it's definitely in the works. We'll see. We'll see if we can put it together.
As of right now, what is the relationship between you and Wiz?
Oh, me and Wiz is the same relationship it has always been. He's my little brother. I love him to death. I'm very proud of him. And yeah, we're cool.
Business wise?
No, business wise. If there's business to do, we'll do it. But obviously, he's not on the label. So if that's what you're asking, you know that.
What's the relationship between you and Skill?
Same thing. In fact, I'm actually on Skills' last single that just came out. It's called Nobody's Business.
Yes.
Okay.
The video came out a couple weeks ago.
Video.
That's good.
I saw that.
So, for me, these guys are, I know where we were, where they were, and where I was when we decided to start working together. And one thing that I always pray is that anybody who chooses to work with me, when they're done working with me, you should be better off than where you were when we started. And so far, as God will have it, to God be the glory, everybody from Wiz to Scales to Mastercraft to Suka Sounds, the engineer, to Annual, the photographer, to everybody who I've had the pleasure of working with or assisting or whatever in some way, shape or form. By the time they move on and graduate to other things, they're in a better position. And I think that for me, that's rewarding. So I'm okay.
As of right now, who's still on EME?
On EME, we have Shady.
Okay.
Arguably the best vocalist in Africa, just saying. Not being arrogant, just, you know. And then we have Neola, arguably also one of the best vocalists in Africa.
Okay.
And then we have the #1 DJ on the African continent, Mr. DJ Exclusive.
Exclusive.
Sorry, I mean, but you are here now, so make it not be like, say I did shit. You are here now, you know what I mean? And then, of course, respect to Jimmy Jad, of course. But yeah, Exclusive. DJ Exclusive, the one and only superstar DJ.
How do you go as far as discovering artists? Do you go looking for them or they come to you? Looking for talents?
It's a combination, really. I don't, for me, there's not really a formula per se, but when it feels right, and that's a tough thing to explain, but when it feels right, I pull the trigger on it. So whether it's the artist came to find me or I saw them somewhere, and each of them's their story, how I decided to sign them is very different. So they were not, it's not always the same thing. But what? You want to say something?
No, go ahead.
No, go.
Is EME still gonna sign any more artists?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, see the thing
You want
with
to sing?
Huh?
You want to sing?
No, I'm like, I'm my guy with this one.
No, see the thing with me is that, you know, so I try to learn lessons as I go along, and you know, like I said, I study like the Jay-Z's and the Diddy's and the Dr. Dre's and the Eminems of the world, and I'd always found that when an independent label tries to do too much, you run into trouble, right? So when Rockefeller was an amazing label, but then there was a point where they kind of just signed too many people.
Too many.
So it was like Memphis Bleak and Benny Siegel and Young Guns and State Property and you know, and then there was like 20 something. Then there was some random Thierry Marie and then at that point you're stretched too thin, and you know. So I never wanted to kind of repeat some of the what I consider not the greatest moves. So I had always wanted to be like, okay, 2, 3. I'm a small outfit. I'm a small business. I'm not Dangote.
Okay.
2, 3, maybe more artists at a time. Put everything I have into that, and hopefully let that take off. And if it takes off, then I can say, okay, let me turn my attention to other things. But just to say, let me sign everybody just
while
because.
we're on that note,
yeah,
we understand your own perspective and your own goal with EME.
Yeah.
But as far as who's going in the right direction, labels in Nigeria right now, top 3.
If I remove EME from the conversation,
Yes.
Well, how many name 5 labels in Nigeria?
We have Mavens, we have Chocolate City, we have
YBNL.
YBNL, we have.
Well, that's
We have
3 labels right
Baseline.
there. That's good. That's 3 labels going in the
you
right
answered
direction.
your
Boom,
question.
done. Question answered.
Nice one.
You're not gonna catch me, my nigga.
All right. Well, I have to ask you this. A couple of months ago, I mean, we all heard about the unfortunate story with T-Bills and Tiwa Savage. I know you're pretty close with T-Bills, and according to news report, you were
And
one
Tiwa.
of the few. Okay, and Tiwa, I'm sorry. You were one of the few people who rescued T-Bills from committing suicide. So, based on your perspective, I mean, how was it for you? What do you?
Here's what I'll say. Because of my friendship and relationship with TJ, and because of my friendship and relationship with Tiwa, I will not be able to comment on anything regarding that. I will say that I'm friends to both parties.
Okay.
I'm not on anybody's side. In fact, you know, we are all on the side of the kid, and you know, that's in the middle of it. And I wish them both the best. And
do you think they will be able to reconcile?
That's something you have to ask TJ and Tiwa.
Rumor has it that you were part of the people that influenced TJ to delete his Instagram.
Like I said, because of the friendship, out of respect for the friendship and the relationship that I've had with both parties over the years, I unfortunately will not be able to tell you much more than I've told you right now, which is that I love both people, and I support both people, and I wish them the best individually and as parents.
Do you see them getting back together or not?
That's something you will have to ask Tiwa and TJ.
We'll keep them in our prayers.
All right, cool. That's what you should say.
So a couple of your songs, you've talked about, I think your most recent song, I know you said earlier that your songs are influenced by your life experiences and stuff. So one of the lyrics, I mean, on the new song, you said something about meeting a lady you liked and she's married and all of that. Is that something that happened to you?
I have met, in my time in life, I have met. So when I write something, it doesn't mean that it happened like last week.
Okay.
It means it's just
Something
a personal experience. So I have met, you're out and you meet somebody and you're like, oh man, this girl is dope. And then I discovered shortly afterwards that she was married.
Okay.
So that has happened to me before, yes.
So I know your parents just celebrated their 38-year wedding
38
anniversary.
years, yeah.
Congratulations
Thank
to
you
them.
very much.
Does that
Appreciate
add
it.
any pressure to you as far as getting married? I know that you're known as the eligible bachelor in Nigeria.
It's the capable.
So what's
He's
the deal
capable
with
of
that?
anything.
Stop
I
it
know,
now.
but
You know,
I mean, he needs to let us know what's going on now and let his fans know too.
No, I mean, listen, in these days and times, for anybody to kind of keep it together should be applauded. And so when I posted the picture, I was just bigging them up because, as their kid, I've seen them go through everything that they've gone through. Right. But for them to be able to stay together for 38 years, that's an amazing feat. So big ups to Mr. and Mrs. Wellington.
Yes.
And then in terms of myself, no, and really anybody, I don't think that you should look at anybody's life story. Like, pray to God for your own.
Yes.
And do what works for you. Don't look at some, because you don't know what anybody's going through, So for me, my journey is very independent, and they know that. And thankfully, my parents know me well enough to know that I marched to
So when should we be expecting Mrs. Wellington?
Like Mrs. Wellington, my mother, she's right. She's not far from me.
Mrs. Banky Wellington.
I don't know. God knows.
What are you looking for, though?
What am I looking for?
Yeah.
Just the right person.
What's the right person?
That's between me and God.
Okay, so let's assume I'm God now, and
you are not God.
No, I said let's assume.
No. Let's not do that.
I want to create.
Let's not and say we did.
Are you looking?
Are you look? I mean, I'm sure he's looking. What are you looking for?
Am I looking? I think that I don't know if I'm like actively going around looking, but I'm also not actively not looking. If that makes any sense. We're surveying, and we'll see what happens.
That's survey. You're giving them.
So she has to be tall.
Wally, I feel like you're going somewhere that I'm not prepared to go with you. So you are on your own. I'm just gonna keep talking to Fadekemi.
What is your type?
Yeah.
My type is. I think my type is, really
tall.
anybody's type. Whoa, tall like what?
Tall now. I mean.
Where did tall come from?
I'm just curious. You tell me. Okay, tell me that, bro.
Let's try to guess. Tall.
Light skin.
Guess.
Light skin.
Why would you even say that?
It's just a guess.
They say fair people like fair women now.
Is that really how you feel?
That's what I heard.
That's interesting.
No, how do you feel? What do you?
I feel like I don't think that I look for anything particularly out of the ordinary. So I look for personality, a physical attraction, ambition, a love for God, a love for family, a sense of humor, just the average things. But the thing about it is, I feel like the human spirit and the human person is so complex, right? So truthfully, I mean, everybody just tries and tries and tries until you figure it out. And when you figure it out, you make the step. But until you figure it out, you just learn. You live and you learn.
She needs to know how to cook.
Hey, this is funny. This cooking thing is very, very funny. I don't know if you've been. I'm sure you've been reading
the news. Yeah.
She must be family oriented.
No, wait, cooking. I know why I brought it up. Hold on, let him.
Yeah.
So
for me personally, cooking is not that big of a deal. because I know how to cook and I actually like it. It's like one of my top 5 favorite things to do. So it's just really not a big deal for me. For some people, it's a very important thing. What I don't like is when I give an interview and they try to sensationalize. So I gave a similar interview, maybe an independent interview 2-3 months ago, and they asked me this question, oh, must she know how to cook? I said, well, it's not a big deal for me. I know how to cook. You know, if I'm not cooking, I can hire a chef. It's not a big deal. And that was the end of the interview. Apparently, Pastor Adeboye, now there was some audio of his that came out and he said, young men, find a woman who knows how to cook. They now wrote headline, Banky W disagrees with Pastor. Do you want my parents to kill me? Banky W disagrees, spoke out against Pastor Adeboye. I said, see my life. I said, please, I did not speak out against Pastor Adeboye. I would never.
Oh my God.
So they took your word and they twisted it.
So please,
before,
you guys,
right?
just do me a favor. Don't make, just put the interview out the way that it is. Don't put me in the wrong context. This thing is right. Trust me,
we're not messy
my
like
parents
that.
got to redeemed.
We're all for
How am I going to explain that?
Well, on your side, don't worry. We're
Thank
not
you.
messy like that, so
So
won't do
please,
that.
I just want to let the record be clear.
You should
I have
let them
not
know.
spoken out against Pastor
Pastor
Adeboye,
Adeboye.
and I would never dream of doing such a. I would tell all the cameras which one.
So let
You people are dangerous. So
No, we have
whoa.
just to let
for
them
all
know
your,
now.
For
so
all
you-
your fans out there, let's get back on page. For all your fans out there watching you, what are you currently working on? What is the next project?
Oh man, I'm working on a lot of things. First and foremost, I'm almost done with my new album. It's called Songs About You.
It's good.
I'm extremely excited about it. Actually, what day is this? Mastercraft is coming to meet me in New York in about a week.
Okay.
So we're going to try and finish the album once and for all. I have production from Cobams.
Oh, good.
Cobams and Mastercraft mostly, and then a couple of other people.
Yes, sir.
But it's sounding really, really, really good. I'm excited about it. I have so the album will come out 4th quarter, so I'd say maybe September, October.
Okay.
The movie, The Wedding Party, which is my first major starring
Yay.
role, yay!
Congratulations.
Which directed by Kemi Adetiba and starring R&D and Alibaba and
Yes.
everybody, is coming out in December.
Okay.
And then Shady's album we just finished, so that comes out in September. DJ Exclusives annual all white party. You know how you guys over here would like look at P Diddy's Hamptons party as like DJ Exclusives all white party is
like
the
It's
craziest,
Lit.
most lit
When is
party
that?
in Lagos. September, come, I give
Where
you
is it gonna
VIP
be?
in Lagos.
I will be
Hello,
there. Let's go
come
now.
through.
Don't worry now.
Turn
make
up
it-
properly.
We'll
Don't worry,
go.
we'll put it
come
on.
come
People here, you
represent.
don't turn up.
We'll turn up, right?
You do okay. I mean, you do alright, but so we have that, the annual one, coming up in September. Neola's album is in the works, almost done. And then I'm going to be working on a rap mixtape with DJ Exclusive.
So you rap too. Freestyle
Kind of
for
question
us.
is
Give
that?
us something.
I'm not a freestyler. I may write, it's actually funny enough, on every album that I've ever done, I've rapped. But probably in the last 2 to 3 years, people have started paying attention, from the LOS Bad Guy P thing to the rap on Low Key to the one with Fino and DJ Jimmy Jazz album. So I flirt with it. I'm not a rapper, and that's actually the name of the mixtape. It's called I'm Not Even a Rapper.
Oh, cool.
Turn up. Okay.
So that means all the rappers, they may be jealous.
Listen, I'm just having fun. I mean, honestly, and you know this because we've you showed me a video
We
from
go way
like
back.
oh man
06, 07.
I did tell you. So I'm in a great place, like I've had an incredible journey, and I'm very grateful to God. I'm very grateful to everybody for letting me live out my dreams.
Yes, sir.
And at this point, I'm really just having the time of my
your
life.
You enjoy living.
I'm making the music I want to make. I'm running my businesses, and I'm just trying to do the best job that I can do.
Making all the shots.
And at the end of the day, hopefully, I change the world in my way.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Banky W, we appreciate you coming here today.
My pleasure, sir. Anytime.
Thank you for coming to ABL. We want you to
Thank
know
you.
that this is a platform. This is an open door for you.
Thank you, sir.
Anytime you have anything you want to get out there in America, Washington, D.C., we're here for you.
Appreciate
so
you, sir.
please, you also got to understand that we're one family now.
No doubt, no doubt.
Is there anything else you want the people out there watching you to know?
First of all, I want to say thank you to Afrobeat Live.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Wallywa, Fadekemi, DJ Phemstar on the ones and twos. You know what I mean? After exclusive, I go holla you know that. And also shout out to the CEO Tiwa and his lovely wife for like the hospitality and just being so kind and so gracious.
Okay.
And the whole team, SM on the cameras.
Yes, sir.
I don't know your name, Baba, no vex. but shout out to everybody here. Thank you for the support, for playing the music, for just helping us, because without you guys we wouldn't be where we are. I definitely wouldn't have the career that I have now. And to all the listeners and all the fans worldwide, thank you so much. Please keep supporting, keep listening, keep requesting the music. Yeah, not sure. Okay. But yeah, no, you know, really at this point in my life, all I can really say is thank you. I'm very grateful. I don't take this for granted. Yeah. And you know, I'm going to keep doing my very best to exceed your expectations.
Thank you very much. Now, one last thing before you go. Everybody that come on the show before they leave, we'll play this thing and we'll call it quick response.
Okay, let's go. I'm ready. Hold on, wait.
Yes,
let me take my juice.
Yes. Where's the Ciroc? Now, this game, it goes like this. We'll be throwing a word at you. The first thing that comes to your mind. If I say money, you can say owo. If I say car, you can say...
I got you. Hit me. Let's go.
Madam, you got my back?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's go. Mr. Banky W, capable.
Banky.
Niger.
Home.
Lagos.
Home.
Dubai.
Flenjo.
Politics.
Dirty.
Abuja.
Dirty.
Ladies.
Beautiful.
Radio.
Promo.
Africa.
Home.
Donald Trump.
Bad decision.
Woman.
Great decision.
Marriage.
Sometime soon.
How soon?
Who knows? God knows.
Mr. Capable for the... You know what it is, man. Thank you very much. How can people get in contact with you? We know you are on all social media.
Yes.
Some people may still want to know.
Yeah. So social media on
Yes,
on Instagram, I'm Banky Wellington.
Yes, sir.
On Twitter, I'm Banky W. On Snapchat, I'm Banky Wellington. Right now, I'm not on Facebook because Facebook sent me a message saying I need to prove that I'm the real Banky W. Because there were so many fake me's and some were racking up thousands of followers. This is the most amazing thing.
Wow.
So at the moment, I'm not on Facebook, but hopefully we'll rectify that soon enough.
Okay.
But yeah, Instagram Banky Wellington, Twitter Banky W, Snapchat Banky Wellington, and yeah, holla at me, man. I'm easy to reach.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it from him, right directly from the horse mouth, the one and only Banky W, CEO of EME, baby. Thank you very much. Banky, look at the camera and tell them peace out.
Peace and love.
All right. Thank you very much, and that's a wrap.